It's the Joe Padula Show, Clarksville's conversation.
Absolutely. More senators and members of Congress, the ones that aren't saying, hey, women, they proclaim to object the 2020 electoral count votes on January 6th. Days away, literally hours away. So what happens to those votes when they get contested? So I got some information here that we've been covering and the mainstream media still refuses to put out. So that's now on the Joe Padula Show. Absolutely. Hey, while we got you here, make sure to subscribe, okay? Definitely hit that notification bell. Ding. Click the like. Leave your comments. We're going to get to them. Intern Shane's on it. Right, Intern Shane?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Do it into
Yes,
the mic.
sir.
Yeah, there we go. But definitely help us out. Share this video. We're being shadow banned, Facebook, YouTube. I even have all the other platforms. We're on Rumble, Odyssey, BitChute, and all the
Shout out to our iHeart people.
iHeartRadio, of course, who allows us to freely speak. I thank you for that. But everywhere else, shadow banned. So definitely share it. Boom. Let us know. All right. So here's what's going on. Ted Cruz, Senator Ted Cruz out of Texas, who I like the guy. Kind of reminds me of the grandpa from the Munsters a little bit, right? The look-wise. But Herman's father-in-law, right? Lily's dad.
Oh, yeah, I see that. Yeah.
Lily.
Never
So,
gonna see him the same again.
let's see what Senator Cruz has got to say.
We're at an extraordinary time in our country's history. We went in.
See, doesn't he look like?
Can't look at him the same ever again.
Yeah.
This is younger version.
Yeah. And this is very serious, though. But yes, he looks like Grandpa Munster.
When he talks, he sounds like an adopted Bush baby.
Or right now with the beard look that he's going
what
for.
now? I'm just going to move past that one.
GW.
He are you from Narnia? Or he kind of looks a little bit like if Eddie Munster grew up with the face stuff.
Even more, yeah. With
Right.
with that, with what do you call them? The pork chops, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But all seriousness, I'm telling you, Wednesday is going to be an interesting day for this nation's history. Either way, we're about to find out. What does Ted have to say?
Into this election with the country deeply divided, deeply polarized. I think we in Congress have an obligation to do something about that. We have an obligation to protect the integrity of the democratic system. And so this past week, I spent writing out a position and assembling a group that ultimately of 11 senators that we put out yesterday that we will together object to certification in order to force the appointment of an emergency electoral commission to perform an emergency audit of the election results. I think we can do that. We can do it promptly. We can do it in 10 days before the inauguration. But I think we have an obligation to the voters and we have an obligation to the Constitution to ensure that this election was lawful.
Okay, so there's Ted Cruz. Now, here's what happens. And it's happened before where members of Congress have contested an election. 2004, the Democrats were the one contesting. When a member of the House of Representatives brought it up, I contest this election because so-and-so and so-and-so. Then a member of Senate must say, okay, I also contest. Now, as soon as a member of Senate then contests, then it gets debated. So, with over 140 members of the House of Representatives saying that they're going to contest the election per state, now we have over 14 senators that are saying yes. And believe you me, more are on the way, because if they do not, they will get primaried and they will lose their re-elections. Why? Because if the Trump voters are against you, Republicans, your future is nil. It really is. So, here, what are they going to be contesting? Each state. Do we have to go over it all each time? Somewhat. Because they keep on saying there is no evidence. That what they should be saying is, we refuse to hear or see any evidence.
Well, the one that's really been I've seen in the news is the situation with Georgia and the phone call that occurred between apparently, I know it was Trump and
And here's
was it the senator from Georgia?
no, you got the governor or the Secretary of State of Georgia.
That was Secretary of State.
Yeah, and let me tell you something. Media, you guys suck. They take snippets out. All right? Listen to the whole hour conversation.
Is that what you're supposed to do?
You're supposed to do.
I read summaries from 2 different sources, and it was like reading about 2 completely different
Of course.
phone calls.
Of course. They want to impeach him. Come on, people.
Yeah, they said it was an impeachable act, but I mean.
What was impeachable
give me a
about it,
break.
right?
Well, not only that, but I mean, it's a little late, don't you think?
No, who knows? They may be trying to impeach him in February.
Yeah.
There's a problem.
Didn't they already do that though?
Well, they attempted. Well, they did impeach him, but found nothing. And
It did make it all the way through all the steps.
no, they did. They vote on it and they go, no, get out of here. This was nonsense.
Well, Joe, with this hearing,
Yes,
they
the
get
hearing.
2 hours to debate.
Each state.
But if you guys remember when we were going live and we were watching the actual things where
November.
Giuliani was presenting the evidence.
Mm-hmm.
Each one of those live streams took about 3 hours just for him to present the case.
Right.
If it takes about 3 hours to present the case for each state, but you only have 2 hours to debate, there's going to be a lot missing. There's going to be a lot left out.
Well, no, it's 2 hours per state.
Yeah.
Didn't we?
If someone contests Pennsylvania, then they bring up like the information of the 289,000. That's 289,000 excess votes in battleground states. And then also you're looking at things such in Georgia where you had the tens of thousands of votes that were switched from Trump to Biden. All this is finally going to be presented in front of the public eye. And because the judges who never heard the cases or evidence, it never made it in front of a judge. It always got dismissed or not even looked at because of what they called standing. Lawyer Wayne, what does standing mean?
Standing means that you have the ability to bring the lawsuit or claim. That it's the idea that it hurt you.
Right.
You're the right person
Right.
to make the claim.
And there were 2 states, I believe, Arizona and Pennsylvania, that threw it out because of some of the evidence was frivolous, and they threatened to take their bar standing because of that.
So it's definitely going to be interesting, though, that's for sure. And I advise you to watch Wednesday, January 6th on C-SPAN. Don't watch it on Fox. Don't watch it on CNN.
That's in 2 more days.
Okay, you ain't kidding, Bang. And we got people that are going to D.C. because people are moving to, not moving, they're flocking to D.C. And we're talking about there's going to be, predictions say, millions of people in D.C. of Trump supporters out there to take over.
Well, it's historical.
Yeah.
Many people want to be there in person and see it firsthand and experience it.
Well, they're saying all the flights to Washington have been sold
I bet
out.
our buddy Liberty Dragon, who's doing the Trump game, I bet you anything he's going to be there.
Well, we got a guy called Uncle Pete who will be calling in live from D.C.
Oh,
on
wow.
Wednesday. Yep. So all right, we'll find out. Stay tuned.
Momentous day in history when C-SPAN is going to break the ratings of Fox, CNN, and ABC altogether.
Here's why you don't watch it on the other ones. When Kayleigh McKinney, the press secretary, would be doing reports, Fox News would be like, we can't talk about that. We have an integrity to go to another segment.
Yeah. Well, and they have an issue of trying to analyze it as it's occurring.
Right.
Which is irritating to me. It's like, let them speak and then analyze it.
That's the new thing about having these smart TVs, because you can have all them shows up at once.
That's a good point.
And then they confuse you with the little sidebars and the tickers and you see it, I don't know about you, I can't focus on it. It's too much going on for me.
It's the old man behind the curtain trick.
Yep.
It's going to be interesting
So
when
C-SPAN is the place to go.
Yeah, I mean, what it is it's just always running. There it is. They have maybe 2 or 3 camera angles, so it looks boring, but at least it is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like what you're saying, a CNN anchor saying, "Oh, well, we dispute this." It's
a circus.
Right. It is actually the conversation that's supposed to be happening. And believe you me, there's a lot of members of Congress who are lawyers too. So this is going to be quite the conversation. What do you think is going to happen Wednesday? Do you think anything's going to happen? Do you think nothing's going to happen? Let us know. Type it in. Do you think that it's going to be that the fact that potentially over 432,000 votes were removed from Trump in Pennsylvania, says data scientist, do you think that when this information is brought up with actual data, that it is going to make a difference? Should it? Type it in. Let us know what you think. Crazy times.
It's going to be a breaking day. It's going to be a day in history.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. Either way, it's going to be a day in history.
This last year was history.
The future, and believe you me, don't expect it to be said and done by the end of Wednesday.
Oh, no.
No.
Like I said, you get 2 hours for each state that gets contested. Georgia.
Oh, what did they say? 2022, right?
Yeah, this is going to go all the way to 2022.
That's when they said America supposed to open back up.
Georgia, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Arizona, Wisconsin, Nevada. All of these states, I'm telling you, they're going to get contested. And now you got members of Congress saying, I will contest. Despite backlash from, and here's the thing. If you legit, in any thing, if you legit won and it's in question, why wouldn't you say, hell yeah, look into that?
Right, yeah. They said you ain't got nothing to hide.
There you go.
Then show your hand.
If I ran a race, okay, against Bay, okay, I won. But I started early or something, right? You know, and Bay's like, nah, hey, he left before the gun went off. I would be like this. Go to the videotape.
Yeah.
Of course I beat Bay. Do whatever investigation you have to, because I'm not losing to Bay in running or basketball.
Basketball, different story.
Isn't that what Trump said when they talked about Russia?
Right.
He said, go ahead. I got nothing to hide.
Yeah, go to the videotape.
Oh, my God.
Do it.
But not the one with the shower.
Yeah, that one with Tom Arnold. Remember the I got P tape. I got a P tape. Sure you do. Where is it? Where is it? Yeah, oh yeah, they're all crazy.
It was the R. Kelly tape. But, it's still the same. It was
Crazy.
less, allegedly.
So yeah, let us know what you think. Okay. Let's see. Intern Shane, see any cool comments from anyone in there?
Let's see.
What stood out for you, Intern Shane?
I saw
from
a
Austin Peay?
birthday. Isn't it Robert?
Yeah,
Happy
Robert had a
birthday, Robert.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Robert. Robert who?
I didn't see a last name. I just saw the ellipses.
Oh, okay. The ellipses.
Sorry.
Big
Ellipses.
words. ...
What's
up, Jason Meehan? How you doing? All right, Jason Meehan on it.
So I'm assuming you saw his comment.
What
Because
did he say?
So he said, conservatives generally don't get this involved. It's crazy that so many feel so fed up that they have to disrupt ish.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I hear you. And there's a lot of people. There's over 75 million people who want to know what really happened. To ignore it is a huge mistake. Mm-hmm. To allow people to talk about it, but with elected officials, representatives of the people, is the way it's supposed to be. A lot of things are going to come to light.
It's the Joe Padula Show. Bada bing. Clarksville's conversation.